Hi guys, today we're going to go over estimating metric measurements. So first off, we're going to look at the metric system in general. I know we in America we don't really use the metric system, but everywhere else across the world does, so it's good to know. So let's start out with a little way to remember the different prefixes. So the three main units are meter, gram, and volume and liter. So a meter is for length, weight is in grams, and volume is in liters. So the prefixes, this one works better. This little mnemonic works for length in particular, but we can just adjust it a little bit. So it's K, H, D, M, D, and sorry, D, C, M. So you can remember it as kids hate doing math during class Mondays. So, and so these go by. So we go. So this is kilo. So kilo. These are the prefixes. And then hecto, deca. Then this is just a meter. And then this is deci, centi, and then milli are the prefixes, except for meter is not a prefix. So this one's kilometer, hectometer, decameter, decimeter, centimeter, millimeter. So this is for length in general. So if a meter is 1, so let's show that being a meter is 1. Let's space it out actually a little more so you can see this better. Okay, I think that should be good. So a meter is 1. So if a meter is 1, a kilometer is 1,000 meters. And a hectometer is 100 meters. A decameter is 10 meters. A decimeter is 0.1 meters or 1/10 of a meter. A centimeter, which is, I feel like a lot of people are pretty aware of, is 1/10 of a meter. And a millimeter is 100th or 1,000th. Oh no, a centimeter is 100th of a meter and a millimeter is 1,000th of a meter. Sorry about that. So it's 0.001. Okay, so it goes 1,000, 100, 10, 1, a tenth, 100th, 100th, 1,000th. So 1 kilometer is 1,000 meters, and that's how you work each way. But when you change from, so this is for length. When it's meters. So the only thing that changes, the prefixes stay the same, but for weight, which is grams, meter is switched out with grams. So, and then for volume, meter is switched out by liter. But it's the same. So it's like 1 gram is 1 kilogram is 1,000 grams, and 1 kiloliter is 1,000 liters. And then 1,000 milliliters is 1 liter, and 1,000 milligrams is 1 gram. So it works, it's the same each way, except meter, gram, and liter is switched out of each other. So I'll give you some references. So for length, a kilometer, which is 1,000 meters, is about a little over a half a mile. So I feel like that's something you can kind of relate to. And then 1 meter is a little over 3 feet. but a millimeter is about the size of a pencil tip. So that you can kind of reference when we're doing these next few problems. And then for weight, a kilogram is about the heavy, like how heavy a dictionary is. So if you ever picked one of those up, they're pretty heavy. So that's about a kilogram. A gram is about the weight of a Skittle or like an M&M or something like that. And a milligram is about the weight of an eyelash. So feel how light that would be. And then for liters, a milliliter is about 20 drops of water. So if you put 20 drops of water in a cup, that's how much volume a milliliter would be. And a liter is about a small thing of milk. Or if you've seen the 2-liter soda bottles, half of that is 1 liter. So that gives you some reference on that. And then for kiloliters, that's getting up to a small pool or a few of your bathtubs filled up in your house. So when we're making these next few estimates, you'll have to think about that and figure out what degree it's on. So let's just try a problem together and then we can go from there. So which is a better estimate for the distance of an hour-long bike ride? So our options are going to be 9 meters or 9 kilometers. So think about riding your bike for an hour around with your friends. Do you go 9 meters, which is in the span, or 9 kilometers? So if you're thinking in miles, that's about 4.5 to 5 miles per hour. Or do you go 9 meters, which is it's a few feet. So on that kind of scale is how you make the justification that, and for an hour-long bike ride, you would probably be going 9 kilometers unless you were going really, really, really slow, because you could probably walk 9 meters in the span of a few minutes. And biking, you're going even faster. So the answer would be, circle this, 9 kilometers. That's a better estimate. So let's try a different one too. This one's in for weight. So which is a better estimate for the weight of a rake? So picture this, you're raking leaves. The leaves are probably big piles, but you need your rake. So do you think it's 1 kilogram or 1 gram? So let's just go back to what we thought of. 1 gram. Grams are on the Skittle side when kilograms are on the dictionary side. Like, do you think a rake is more of a Skittle or a dictionary? And when you think in your head, you would think, I think it's more of a dictionary like heaviness, because I don't think a Skittle and a rake weigh the same. So you would pick 1 kilogram. So these are just estimates. Like, rakes don't actually weigh exactly 1 kilogram. Same with bike. You can always bike slower or faster, but these are just kind of like estimates on like the degree of how much. So you can make just a good estimate, as we say. So let's erase these and try a few more. Okay. So which, I don't know why that became all caps, is a better estimate for the volume of a coffee pot? So the options are 2 milliliters or 2 liters. So do you think it's closer to drop some drops of water in a mug, or do you think it's closer to those big soda bottles you get at the pizza place? I'm thinking it's probably closer to the soda bottles than about some drops of water. Don't you think that? Because milliliters are really tiny. So 2 milliliters, that's like nothing. So let's try a different one. Let's think. Okay. Which is a better estimate for, mm, let's think, the volume of a pool? So let's go 3 kiloliters or 3 liters. So how much water do you think is in a normal pool? Do you think it's on the kiloliter end, so that's thousands of liters, or do you think it's more like liters, so that's just like around like milk soda bottle? If you were thinking kiloliters, you were right. I didn't mean to exit that. Okay, so let's erase these and do one more example. Mm, how long do you, how long is a paper clip? So let's, mm, so let's think. So let's choose, oh no, let's go 1 centimeter or 1 meter. So let's think. You would think a centimeter is about, so a centimeter is more than a millimeter. It's 10 millimeters actually. So if you put 10 pencil tips together, it's probably the length of a paper clip-ish, right? At least it's on the same scale because a meter would be feet. And like a big, have you ever seen a yardstick or a meter stick? Meter stick? It's long. So if you were just gonna guess, a small paper clip would probably be closer to a centimeter than a meter. So I hope this made a little more sense. It's really easy once you figure out the way the conversions go, and especially when you know which one's the smallest and which one's the biggest to make these little estimations. I hope that helped.